to my most ethical, light, and love crew. Angels of love and light, welcome you in to direct and protect these messages, my chakras, my auras, my space, my work, my health and wellness, and that of our children. Thanks so very much for your contributions. The good thing about today, this morning, is that I have kept temperance. Like I kept level-headed. I didn't freak out. But I did not listen to Spirit yesterday. I did not go out for reals. And I didn't realize that until like it hit like 10, 11, probably like 11:30. And so I just want to get a refreshers. I'm going to respect the process. I'm going to continue to respect the process and wherever I'm at in that. And I have to be easy on myself, but continue with the challenge, and just like we all do. But I'm recognizing it more now because I did wake up this morning feeling like the pressure is on. Like, just because how we structure time, and the fact that things like certain businesses are only open until, Monday through Friday. So there's a certain threshold of when things need to be like accomplished. And I know, like, dude, there's a certain fraction of myself that feels sad inside. But at the same time, I know I've grown because I'm not like bawling or like, not that it's a sign of a lack of strength, but the ability to process such perceived turmoil. And the most wondrous thing that I experienced in my feed, I mean, like the feed of like the playlists are getting like crazier with their connections, and I'm sure that you've observed that too. Today I wanted to work in natural lighting, so like here, I'll try to like stand back a little bit so that it's not so dim here, but and it's a little bit overcast right now. So anyway, I wanted to deal with the least amount of artificial today. So yeah, I just need the most clarity possible today to get things going. And I'm just needing some extra assistance in certain arenas. So I don't know how Spirit feels about what I've done, what I've accomplished thus far, but without researching it, I intuitively knew that I had to clean up. And having a cat, I've never felt such an inspiration or calling to do that, emotion to do that. So I'm thankful, regardless of, the initial bills that it required, and running around and all of that. There are so many blessings that, it's like my cat is my guide right now in accentuating the things that needs to be done. So that's where I'm at, and I picked the Shaman Tarot, and I wanted to see what Spirit had in mind for me today, given what transpired yesterday, how I involved myself. Yeah. So we'll see how this thing runs. Hopefully you can this helps you on your journey too. I don't know why I word it like that, because I know it does. And let's see what Spirit wants to say first, okay? Open forum, Spirit. What do you want to say? And I keep having, like, so many dreams, and it's so hard to recollect because there's so many of them. And it doesn't matter if, like, I wake up and then, like, drift back to sleep, and or, like, wake up for, like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, and then I go back to sleep. It's still a lot of dreams going on there. 9 of Wands inverted. So, what this is telling me is that, it's also 9 of Wands in reversal on the extroverted side. And, like, reading in that manner on the horizontal plane, the span of it is a new type of read for me that I just kind of intuitively picked up in the past, I don't know, couple of weeks or so. I never seen it done anywhere like that, but I was just like, let's look at the perspective of it, okay? If it's introverted or muted versus extroverted or on blast, and what that looks like relative to reversals too. We're looking to expand here. So this is showing up for yourself. Absolutely, Tina. You got to show up for yourself. Like, if you are the presenter, if you are the public speaker, if you are, I mean, you're the one that expects to, like, you're doing what you do for a very good reason. Okay, we've already established that. Now show up for that, regardless of whoever's there or not there. Because, I mean, there's a lot of illusion involved. And when we say that, when we show up, there's guaranteed energetics that are also there, because we've got our guides, our loved ones, our passed on loved ones, or even electronically speaking, you know, what you see isn't always what it seems. So consider it part of the process as well when you see 0 head counts. And I'm telling you, like, it doesn't bother me right now, and it hasn't for a long while, but it's just a reiteration of just another inclusion of why it's important to show up for yourself on your personal life as well as, you know, publicly speaking. But as well, it's, I don't think this pertains to me, but because I don't think I'm being as defensive to others. But it's like kind of lowering that guard with others. Okay, so holding self more accountable than others. Okay, I like it. I like it. Okay, that's a prefix card. I'm hearing like the devil's in the details again, picking up from a previous like phrasing that was just like in fleeting in the past couple of readings. And Virgo is very much key on details. So not to, oh, okay, I think part of what's like really stressing me out on having to approach these deadlines is not having everything correct and perfect. Like, I want to be an A student when I hand in stuff and have to report to the judge about certain, you know, or the jury or all of that. And it's, oh, so what I was trying to say is that the most wondrous thing that I experienced in my feed was seeing the inputs from 3 dying people talking about death, and like, I don't have to think about those things right now, you know? So it puts things into perspective as far as like the things that I need to take care of. And I'm talking about deadlines, due date. They're more like due dates. And the perceptions of others are more like others in authority are more like assessments, you know, ongoing assessments or temporary assessments if you want to really be more accurate. So what do we have here? Knight of Wands. Okay. Spirit is just saying, have fun with the ride, basically. Yeah. Because this is a journey of healing. So, the serpent wants to take us for a ride, you know, tour the arena. Okay. Okay. Because when we talk about spiritual warfare and then getting deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the occult, there are a lot of complexities that need a strong moral compass, resourcefulness, the ability to appreciate your resources. And when we're talking about appreciation, we're also talking about not just the gratitude, but bringing the value up of other sentience. So that is my line of work. And yeah, I need to start thinking about, or like cementing, that this dissolution, this divorce is not something that I'm going to war with. I need to approach it in a different manner. I've tried to remain objective when I submitted the paperwork on the initial, like a couple years back. I tried to be like super tame about it, and like just kind of look the other way and just didn't write anything about violence. I really tried to make it an amicable process and easiest. Like I talked my ex through it, like, okay, so what can we do? This would be a great path because you want to do this and I want to do that. And you know, I didn't realize that he was playing some skit. But so after I realized how hostile he was making it out to be, I changed my approach. I had to kind of protect myself, defend myself. And even with that, I mean, it's got me to certain places of certain perspectives, but at the same time, I don't think it's really helping my helping me mediate through it all. Like, I want to be able to be focused on the topics at hand and mainly the kids. But at the same time, I definitely don't want it to be dependent on seeing my ex as like pointing the finger as an enemy. He's like in the wrong. I don't want to do that. I just want to lay out the facts, and that's it. I just want it to be transactional, just like a form, paperwork. That's all. That's all. So, Spirit is just reminding me that within this process, or probably also you, that we can very much stick to that approach. because there's nothing more obvious than someone trying to bully, especially through, you know, an observer's stance. It doesn't matter if it's the actual person or the representative. People know when there's acts of contempt, unwarranted. Yeah. So the Knight of Wands has become a king, and with that approach, you can't go wrong, especially within this new era that we're in, that we've all, you know, been, this platform that we've been raised up to, this trajectory where dealing with, you know, the isolation and all of that of COVID, and then having to juggle a few things, and then having to work through very intense, like, lean structures, business models, and seeing people come and go, like the intensities of double talk and like just BS energy, and then having to wind down to what really matters. And people are starting to see character more than ever. And so with that, people totally understand where you're coming from with this approach, that it like has a snap, a bite to it. It has its own pull. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So these two opening up to, oh, the Queen of Wands is on the top. That's excellent. 3 of Pentacles in reverse, and 5, which is the Hierophant in reverse. So sometimes we have to take the unorthodox approach and deconstruct, like releasing all the constructs that, knowing that, like, that there is acquired baggage from our previous travels. And so that's part of the importance of the vibes, the energy, the call of the new moon in Virgo. Now we're still kind of in that energy. And it's knowing what's ours and what's not. What we called ours, what we, you know, like I talked about this before long ago in baggage, and like how you cleared your baggage, and your other traveler, you know, needed more space, so you packed their stuff into yours because you had a little more room after unpacking yours, and you carried it as your own. It's kind of like that. And so it's kind of like stepping back, but also taking a few steps back. Okay, so it's retracting from those business or relationship models for a good minute to look at what doesn't belong. So this is not 100% about restructuring, but isolating it to what makes sense. Like, does this make sense? Does this roadmap of energetics make sense? If not, let's actively make it so. Okay. Yeah, so we have master number 11 here unexpectedly because of the wands pairing up between the Hierophant energy and the Queen of Wands. So we have a lot of spirit energy here. We may have a lot of spirit guides, but there's also a lot of serpent healing energy and a lot of magic within us. Like, I noticed how often my necklace, my protective necklace, the one that I wear like all the time, for the past few days, I've woken up with it off, like it just came off. I don't understand how it just does that, but yeah, I've woken up with them like removed. So regardless of what magic is being sent to us, sent our way, we I'm hearing we succeed it, like we are successors to the throne. There's something about, you see, because like that's the Queen of Wands, but that like it's pointing to the necklace thing here. So we've built our own amulets of protection, and over time I've reformed mine. What else do we want to say about that? Yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. So the guidance for today is to focus on our originating intention and that it's solid. It is totally solid. There's like, Spirit is not going to like bullet point things on the list for us today. Yeah, because we're not gonna like lay out a cheat sheet of things for others to, you know, mess with, or even like when we're saying on the initial card not to be so defensive to others, because there's a good bulk now that support us, so it's kind of like a non-issue. Yeah, that's what they're saying, it's a non-issue, but they want us to free reign it. They want us to free reign it. The closure of cycles again, the serpent. So they want us to put our foot in our mouth, you know, looking at how that's structured there, illustrated. So they want us to make the step according to what we're claiming, what we're saying. Okay. They're saying it's doable. Okay. Is it around the world in, what is it, 30, 90 days, whatever? But yeah, they're saying we have it, or I can say I have it on lock, they said. Six of Cups, yeah, because now we've found, we're piecing together, when we piece together ourselves, we piece together more of our kin, our soul family, our connections. Yeah, so we don't have to like try hard to make connections. We don't, it'll just be obvious. Okay. All right. I don't know why there's such an emphasis to make friends right now. I think maybe it's just a time in my life where there's more of an opening. There's more capabilities. And I think partially it's the development of awareness in just in total. Yeah. Four of Cups. Four of Cups. Well, part of it is knowing what's good for you. Sometimes you have to say no to certain groups, certain affiliations. There's something more to this card than just that. And I'm supposed to intuitively read it. But there's something more to it than what I just said. What is that? The Emperor, accentuated, opened up to the Page of Swords. Oh, we're learning. Hold on. Yeah, this is Spirit personally mentoring us. Kind of, Spirit is like kind of pushing the crowds over, like making way. Clearing the, you know, like how military, they block out a certain area in order to do testing. This is very, very similar to that. Yeah. So this is drawing upon ancient energetics. Interesting. Okay. I know that there's actually a lot more to that. But Spirit wants me to continue my practice. And I think part of the reason why I didn't get that job, it wasn't just, I realized after receiving additional feedback, personally from the rep, that I should, you know, modify my resume according to this, like, it was kind of in hindsight, an observation. You know, I'm not going to speak as to, you know, like, I understand the reality of what I do, that some employers may be very turned off about it. That also within secret societies, that there's like a little black book of, you know, particular people, particular profiles, which are kind of ousted from the industry, etc., because of I don't, just, we can go deep into that, but I'm not even. So I realized also, if that be the case, I am super, 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 super strong. Very, very influential. So I think it's great that I have the opportunity to make real friends now, make actual connections. And this is just, I already have my foot in the door. I already have my profile seen. I, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just like the foot in the door, but like, I'm more than a silhouette now. I'm more than just an avatar. And I'm more than just a doer. So what else do you want to say about this, Spirit? Is there anything else you want to say? Boop. Queen of Cups, yeah. Yeah, schools of thought are also watching me. They see the fish and they're very, very fond. Or, you know, that's sweet. It's almost miraculous, like walking on water. It's not even just walking, it's like kind of tiptoeing. Something like a gentle intuition. At first glance, like approach. That's, I like that. How can you not? Alright, so Spirit. Spirit is so freaking gentle when it comes to, like, because Spirit's just like, I asked Spirit's opinion on, like, what you want to do today, and, like, I freaking didn't listen, because I put other things, like, I extended time doing other things, and, you know, how much of, I didn't mean to diss Spirit, but, like, if I had to lay it out between person and person, that's kind of a diss. I don't, bottom of the deck, 9 of Pentacles, but Spirit understands, like, they just want me to be happy with what I'm doing, because I am doing better for myself. So, if that's the ultimate bottom line, at least, like, I executed well. So however I want to go about that within a fraction of each and every single day, of achieving that, Spirit's like, free reign that, that's fine. But the suggestion is for further growth to do this, to just to like change things up every now and then. Okay, yeah, again, it's kind of like floating through, learning, observing. There's a hawk in flight. You know, like, they call them hawkers, I think. They're, people, like, I think that hand out newspapers or something like that, or, like, what is it, like, magazines or something like that? Is that what it's called? Or is it, like, hawking tickets? Like, what is it? You know? Is that the same thing as scalping them? I don't, dude, I don't know. But, oh, so you're saying, like, I can learn at first glance. Like, I'm that developed in my learnings that in passing I can pick up on a lot of information and a lot of how-tos without people like actually doing tutorial type of, you know, when people are, there are a lot of closeted gifted people, not just spiritualists, but there's a lot of closeted practitioners. And yeah, the people that don't understand won't understand. They haven't understood for a very, very, very long time. But, you know, to each their own pace and timing of their own journey. Okay. Open the deck to what? There's something else to that. Ace of Swords in reverse. So you gotta respect the truth, you know. The truth that somebody doesn't see, and that's fine, you know. But it doesn't trump yours, right? But it's also being able to pinpoint that while we're observing, like in flight mode, you know. There's also a Cupid effect here within our passing of, like, parting of ways as well, that we're interjecting, like, what do you call it, piercing others, not with like the whole like love bug thing, but truth about themselves, about their environment, about how we are very much alike, Interesting. Okay. Boop. 7 of Pentacles. So again, we're seeing a lot of patience here as part of the continued theme. But this is not patience in the lobby or the waiting room. This is there's trust in knowing that we're engaging more in spirit and the beat of our own drum, rather than like this is just a chunk where we have to just sit and wait and be a vegetable. Yeah, okay. All right. So this is almost like taking a test that you've studied like long for, that you've invested in, stressed over, etc. And and now you're waiting for the results. Oh, some of you might be waiting for test results on something, and not to sit there so cumbersome, like, gosh, like I don't know what to do about this or that. You know, it's kind of out of your hands at this point. Yeah, interesting. Okay, one more. Boop. The Tower moment in reverse. Okay. So, it's up to the rest. I'm seeing like community, but I'm also seeing a jury right over here, because these are big, big, big decisions that we are motioned to make, that we have the opportunity to make ourselves, like those executive, like CEO, chief decisions that we have the ability to make. And if we opt not to take them, then our environment, the divine chooses it for us and motion us into growth. And so we made those decisions, okay, including like working at that level, being patient with the process. Like, I don't know what I'm doing still in retail, and retail isn't like, I'm not trying to give it a bad name, but people definitely have given it a bad name. So when they see it on a resume after like loads of office work, what are they to think? And so with monetary restrictions, even exercised with discipline, it is definitely a challenge. It is very, very much a challenge. So like, my time will come for sure. It will for sure come. And I have to say thank you. Oh, hello. I have to say thank you for the divine, for everyone understanding, like, not to heavily invest monetarily in me at this time, because that could be also targeted to be taken away during dissolution. So thank you so very much for not making me monetarily rich right now. I'll tell you when, okay? I'll tell you when. It's all up to like the jury, you know, the communities, our environment. Yeah. Okay. So, what else do we want to say on here? I think I want to move into Bananagrams, but what's the segue to that? Oh, the Empress. So, definitely, ultimately about surrender. There's a crane and a white wolf and another snake here. Right there. So that's excellent. All right. Bananagrams time. If you would like me to pull out another card for you, I would be so glad to do that. However, you know, forewarning, it is Bananagrams time. It does take a little bit more time and patience to gather the messaging. We have O and D. So there is, it's separated further out. There is something about overdosing or overdoing, but also because we got the Hierophant in reverse, there's a backwards of doing. So something about having to take a few steps back, a few steps forward, a few steps back, opposites attract, yeah. Yeah, in a matter of perspectives, it's like we can't get every angle, and we're not meant to get every angle from our current positioning. So when Spirit says like, hey, you know, yesterday, let's go out and play. We're gaining multiple perspectives within a different avenue. And so whether we choose it to be like working on our indoor plants or going outside, working on the patio area, or like out on the premises, it's still depicting development. So to keep that in mind, not to be so stationary within, like stubborn within our ways, you know, like our me time. TEYU. I'm seeing like turkey or turnkey and to do. WYXNOIAPEATISWRIDOOK. All right. So in the end, things will be okay for sure. I've never gotten that message at the very end, but you know, the recent messaging is that things are going to be better than okay. And at the very top, I see duet. Let me just show you. Okay, so I don't get distracted with the numbers and stuff over here. Okay, give me a second. Hold on. Oopie. Okay. See? I have to cover myself, excuse me. See, okay on the very bottom. But we see duet on the top. And I'm seeing tryst here. TRYST. I also see the name Tristan. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that there. Seeing Tuan here. That's a Vietnamese name. Krew, but with a K. Huh. It's kind of hip hop. Peas, like peas in a pod. Sorry, that's a crystal, not me. What else do we see here? I'm seeing Saturday. Do we have all the words there? We do. Saturday, okay. So looking forward to tomorrow. Understanding like how business hours operate. And that we can allot our fun time to tomorrow more so. Just because I got a lot of stuff to do today for sure. I'm seeing Kristen, Christine, Christina, but all with a K. Huh, I don't know why I'm getting every kiss begins with K. Work. Yeah. Star, stare. I'm seeing keys in crate. Oh, I haven't defined something from them in a long time. It's about time. Tina. Yeah, it's feeling like I'm in the middle of all this craze. Spores. Some of you also need to be cognizant of like your breathing room, because there's energetics out there that are very much wanting to like latch into you and get you sick. Yeah. So mindful of not just your respiratory system, because there might be something there, but yeah, there's some like check on your freaking plants too, because if you see a lot of mold, especially on your you know, like the white mold thing stuff on your plants. There's a lot of bad energy coming your way. I mean, that's what I had to do to remedy one of mine, one of my most protective plants. I noticed that it was being severely attacked, and I fixed that now. Look, there's nobody on here. That's crazy. I don't know how this YouTube thing works, but I'm not supposed to look at the numbers. But like it's an interruption to interpretation for sure. Okay. So I see Spock without the C. So there are intellectuals here that don't want to be like actually like seen. Especially we see Ted here, like TED Talks. Yeah, definitely others who are in the public that don't necessarily want to be seen. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and switch it up back over here so I can look at this free-handed. Oops, excuse me. Okay, there we go. All right. Right. Written. So it's already been written as far as, oh, I'm seeing tuxedo too. There are invites. Definitely. There are invites that are like formals. There's somebody in amidst like planning. I'm not supposed to say anything else about that. Winter formal. Huh. Sweat. Somebody must be sweating it. Also sweater. Yeah, sweater weather. Something happening later. There's an invite. That's fun. Okay. Spade. So that's the swords energy. I don't know why I'm seeing like Quentin here, like Quentin Tarantino, but it's spelled differently, like not with a Q. They're not like it's like KW instead of QU. You know, I'm seeing that here with the spread. Yeah, I'm also seeing spread here. Yeah, there's something medical because at the very center it's XY, so it has to do with like, you know, DNA, chromosome stuff. Someone also might be expecting a boy, especially when we got the Empress segued into here. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I ruin the surprise? I don't. Sorry, just reading here. Or somebody really, really, really wants to have a boy. But definitely I see XY. I've never seen a position like that. I see stone. Okay, are there any crystals here, stones that we should work with? I'm getting peridot again. Yeah, peridot. It's like the color of like vermilion. Is that the color? I don't know. Am I saying it right? But I don't know why peridot is coming in here strong, and I have to put it together. There's so many other things that I can start with, but for sure I'm supposed to put peridot here. I feel like it's an August birthstone. I don't know. I don't remember. I used to be really good at these things, but I don't remember. Sexually. I see Eskimo, but the W would have to be turned upside down. That's, I don't know what that's telling me. Exist. Existence? No, I don't have the C here. I think what we're looking at here, especially now seeing AAA here, is that to exist is something that's very factual, that no one can really dispute. Our sentience alone is indisputable. Okay, when people, I keep hearing like this common thing, especially within the past 24 hours, like if a tree falls in the forest, does it actually make a sound? And the flat answer is no, because there's no one to hear it. That it's only relative to sound. Like I heard this in a Alan Watts thing. Greetings. I heard this in an Alan Watts, thing. I'll put it on the playlist when I get to like all of that. But I was thinking like I can't just like feed on everything that these philosophers or whatever these spiritualists give to us, regardless of how respected they are, however much like I'm tuned into them, etc. That I still have my own mindset, as do you, and so I was just trying to listen with those pair of ears, and I was thinking, yeah, it still exists. Like I have my own answer for that, but I was just listening to see if he would come to that conclusion, like the same conclusion, which is, yeah, it still exists, because paired with like the Lucy synopsis analysis of speeding up time, and time is an illusion, that everything is like happening like kind of all at once within the now moment. There is all kinds of sentience present when that happens. So yeah, it still does make a sound, but and there's so much sentience to hear it. So that's what we need to look at ourselves as. Like we do more than just exist. We are more than just factual. That relative to like seeing on the very bottom level, AAA lined up here, that we help each other out regardless of whether or not we realize it. And I see YNW at the top, and that's kind of like shorthand for, yeah, for sure. All right, so we got a lot of other letters here to position. West. West is water, so we've got to be working with water again. And also if you do like kind of ritual type of stuff, like there's a phone like app that you can use, like a compass or whatever, because I do not know my north, south, east, west relative to where I'm at. People are so good at that, but I don't. So at least not yet anyway. So facing the west, or even like paying attention to where your altars sit. As a matter of feng shui, it can help amplify your energetic. So yeah, west is important. I'm seeing Keone. There's a lot of vowels left here, but it's being also in the know. KNOW. So west is, of course, the water element. Cup energy. Intuition. Yeah, being very much in the know. Huh. Huh. Okay. Sid. I guess SYD. Whose name is Sid here? Sadie. Also. Yeah, again, something about sexy Sadie here. Ida, like Ida Wild, but also Ida. Also about, so we've got Saturday here. We also got Wednesday. I don't know what planet that aligns with. Like, you know how, like, I don't know, Monday is Mercury. Dude, don't, like, look it up. I have to look it up, okay? But something about that too, positioning. Wednesday and Saturday. Okay, because I have all the letters to spell it out here. I feel like I'm supposed to grab another card for you guys, just because there's some energy in here, and you know, I feel like that's important. 5 of Wands in reverse. Oh, there's no more fighting. Okay, so maybe I already have been acquainted with some of you. That's funny. So it's 5 of Wands in reversal. We're using the Shaman Tarot. So there's higher learning here, and we've grown as far as our understandings. It's not necessarily like we've grown on each other like mold or moss, but I think it's a gradual appreciation through comprehending you know, how we're like, how we're not alike, and being okay with that. Coexisting. Yeah, I'm seeing squad here. SKWOD. Yep. Okay, stop. I'm seeing Audi. Somebody drives an Audi here, or really longs to. Seeing workout of the day, outfit of the day, what you do, WYD. So there's some newbies here also. But again, today, Peridot. So if you, like, Peridot, if you go to, like, fine jewelry, like, you don't have to go to fine jewelry to get Peridot, okay? I think I've seen them set in, like, sterling silver, and you don't even need to go that far. If you're on a budget or whatever, there's plenty of places, like, you don't even need to get it polished. You don't even you need to have it, like, glimmering or whatever. There's, like, rough little pebbles that you can work with. So get Peridot today. Seriously, mine is like a freaking pebble. Yeah, I don't think I have any beads in Peridot. But I would say that they're affordable. Or, okay, if you don't have that budget, okay, because mine, like, was from, like, long ago. And if it's hard to find, like, a rarity within your area, just to look up the properties, just look them up, and kind of meditate on those qualities and how you can employ them for today. Okay, that's my homework. Oh, they're saying today. Yeah, and they're saying today day. Yeah, today. Like now, and it's kind of the same thing. It's like now? Yeah, now. So that's what I am told to do today. Yep. Okay. Again, we're getting Dow, like the points on stock market. Interesting. I don't know why I keep getting that. There's got to be. Again, Wednesday, the Dow. I don't follow that stuff. So, and something about higher learning, AP, accelerated placement. It ties to an accounts receivable. And definitely some superior energy here because we have AO in the know. So it's authorizing officer from what I remember. we have some gangsters here too because SA on the west. Yeah. That also calls to like blending of certain practices. So to try to employ that if you can expand yourself to those measures. I know that's not really within your realm, but yeah. And Sue, SUE. Huh. Use us? What? Us use. Okay, so there's covens also. No more fighting. Oh, I just saw that. Yes. So there's covens, there's certain groups and associations that could benefit off of working with that West Cup water type of energy, especially with your altars. Yeah, it'll help you connect more, is what I'm understanding, especially with the water, intuition, kind of unite the bodies of water. Yeah. But you should have a filled cup at your altar, water preferably, and probably with protection, some salt in it too, and I would put a black tourmaline in there too. Can be just a pebble, especially if you're working together, to protect you from yourselves as well as from each other, and especially the outside energies. Okay. So in the know. So let me just show you what it looks like here before I sign it off. See? So that's the layout of the land, and I think that sums it up for today. Where's my thing here? Okay. So, yeah. Thanks very much to all my sponsors and supporters who have donated light and love. In light and love, it is received and employed accordingly, if not amplified. Thank you for respecting my time, my space, my energy, my work, my health and wellness, and that of our children's. And so, upon closing all portals, at first, I feel like we'll do one more card. 9 of Cups. Oh, happiness achieved. Transcendence. Transcendental happiness. Oh, you know what they're saying? That's spiritually flossing because the dental root in there. Oh, that's good. So something about root cause analysis also, like we've done the deep digging, not just a deep dive. So there's more labor involved with the digging than a dive. So part of that is also the sacrifice and the takeaway of getting dirt underneath your nails. So a reminder of our involvement where we like bilaterally had to become a little intrusive in our environments. And so yeah, they're saying spot check, good. That's interesting. I've never gotten such a thing. And I'm so curious. Okay, what's before that? Knight of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. The journey takes time on that, yeah. But all the more worth it. Yeah, we're riding a white bull here. Okay, so upon closing all portals, I send all energies back with their appropriate karmas due, helping initiate a sequence of force of rollout. I had a burp. That was a kind of deep one, so I know. There is magic being done. Anyway, there's magic here. As a reminder, thank you, Spirit. Okay, enlighten love. I close all portals. Now.